Good morning, Internet. I'm sure it's morning somewhere. It's almost morning here. Want to play a game? When last seen, our intrepid explorer Laura was having one hell of a time figuring out this puzzle. And I had been streaming for 12 hours approximately. I was nodding, semi brain dead, and thought best to just come back again later. I was assuming there's a high possibility that the DLC is broke.
This must be the red fungus Amaru mentioned in his letter. It's obviously deadly.
This is as far as I got. And it seems obvious to me that this needs to go away. There's a cannon right there.
I need to get the cannon into the right position.
And Laura just gave us a hint.
I need to get the cannon into the right position.
What do you think we should do, Laura?
I need to get the cannon into the right position.
Do you think we should put the cannon in the right position? Okay, so whatever was here, we've already picked it up and but I had to check. So I beat myself to death over this. And the only thing I'm able to
Trinity
do
must have put these here. They should still be functional.
is this, and she just gave me a hint. Cannon should be functional. Okay, I cut that cannon down once before. And that counterweight type thing didn't go crashing down through that bridge. It just kind of landed here. But I didn't get that to show. Well, I thought we were going to have to aim that. I didn't know it was going to do that. And this red stuff is supposed to be poisonous. But I'm not taking any negative effects yet that I know of.
Oh, shit!
Oh. Well, that was a bit unfair. I don't know, is there a warning over there that I missed? It's like playing D&D when you put an instant death trap in front of a player with absolutely no clues to help him avoid it. Yes, there was a clue there. There was a clue there. But you know, I think it was unfair, very unfair, to have Laura land directly on top of the trap. One step before it, 2 steps. You know, give a girl a break. Some people, the death counter is a very real life changing thing. Like, I could almost guarantee it. I would almost bet the farm that somebody could not play this game permadeath to the end. And most certainly, you couldn't play no hit. I should probably add that I don't mean on easy mode, but even on easy mode, and even if you know the game and you've got 10,000 hours playing the game, the game just doesn't give you chances at times.
The gate wasn't just for protection. It was to hide this tomb. And Amaru knew it was here.
Like they'll spawn an enemy right behind you. And all of a sudden you're getting hit with a sword. It's like, what? Where'd you come from? I walked in the door. My back was against the wall. Were you following me? So, you let me know. I want to watch that guy play this. If there's a guy out there doing no-hit permadeath, I want to see it done. I don't think it can be done. And not because I can't do it. I'm not good. I'm more than adequate, but I'm not that good. And this is only normal mode. I like to enjoy my game. I don't like to treat it like a challenge. I like to put some challenge in it, don't get me wrong.
The spores are too deadly to cross, but I can't pry my way through that barrier.
Too deadly to cross. So this is an experiment. I don't appear to be taking damage. But I get it. You're coughing. You don't like it. Not good. Okay, so now we're safe. So is that a scare tactic to keep us away from the red? No, it's telling me to go there. It's telling me to go there. Oh, there's a cannon. So is that going to be the theme here? We're going to be using cannons. To shoot our way through the path. Oh boy, look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff. That's on a rail.
This is here for a reason. It must be useful somehow.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm willing to bet we line it up with the window. How far will it go? It'll go to there. Hello, app. Yeah, late night. Well, you know, I was gonna stream earlier, but you know, stuff always gets in the way. You know, my wife always has some kind of a desperate need. Today, she wanted to get Peacock, a streaming service. And you know, I haven't watched TV in 10 years. When I have to figure out the TV, it takes me a while. You know, I mean, I can build a computer, I can fix computers. I'm not a tech idiot, but I don't use cell phones or TVs. So I don't have experience. So it takes me a long time to navigate through what it takes. All of a sudden I'm thinking there's something else is going on here. So, you know, 6 hours later, my brain is fried and I'm ready to take an old man nap. I was also researching into what the Amazon Fire Stick, the Roku Ultra, the Apple 4K something or other version of the same thing. And Spectrum has a cable box that does something similar. So I see that. I see that. Okay. So, what do we got here? Yeah, I just started the stream 13 minutes ago. But I've also been doing some AI research for myself. Like those crashes I was getting last stream. According to the AI, there is an extremely likely chance that my webcam was screwing up the stream. And I've got a whole bunch of fixes, but I'm like, I'm tired spending 6 hours trying to fix my shit every time I want to stream. By the time I'm done, I'm frazzled and I'm just not into it. So we're gonna stream for a while. Should be able to finish this game within a couple hours, maybe. I'm not sure. And then I'll have to go to uploading rather, to YouTube. I've got like a dozen, on average, 1 hour recordings. So Okay. I'll bite. Do we push this? No, we don't. Do we pull it? We shoot a rope. Okay, we can pull it. Yeah. I really love the DLC content, those tombs, the puzzle stuff. I have no memory of buying this game. Well, just that I bought it. I remember buying it. Oh, Pastor, I'll speculate that yeah. Streambo. You know what you can do with your Streambo? Only took this guy 17 minutes to find me. Short of 17 minutes. Pastoral speculation. Pastoral, as in like farmland, pastures. Well, he gets the treatment. Okay, so here we go. I saw that thing up there, and that's what made me think something like this. But I don't know what good that does. I'm a smart man. Don't tell anybody. So, what's going on with this? I wasn't going to jump, but because that thing started to sag, I thought, let's jump while we can. And there's a reason why it's trying to keep me from getting up here. Oh. Junk I don't need. It dawned on me last night or this morning. I need to ask you a question. In case you've noticed, I never ask anybody any questions. I don't try to force people to chat. So I remember you said you played Indiana Jones. And I know it's a puzzle game. And so I'm kind of leery. I don't want, because we also talked about Myst and how devastatingly difficult that game was. Well, I don't know. They're not that bad. That was my question. Is it harder than this? As it is, I'd say Tomb Raider puzzle. Okay, then I'm not scared. Yeah. Well, let's go the other way. See if we missed anything. And for anyone watching these VODs on YouTube or Twitch, if you're thinking of checking out Myst and you are having trouble with Tomb Raider, I would say don't. Myst, I don't know, 500 times harder. I can't jump up there. What is that? Oh, well, okay. Well, she doesn't take damage. Oh, I gotta go this way. Okay. So, okay. So the beginning of this tomb, last time I was playing, I had a hard time figuring out. So what the solution was, cut the cannon down, and you get this kind of a thing happening. You fire the cannon. I was looking at that contraption thinking we needed to swing the cannon. So how many times do I get? Really, you're not asking me to shoot this point blank into a stone wall, are you? But apparently you are. Um, I'll bite. I don't know. I died. What? Okay, we're here. Um, what's this? The counterweight. Okay. So I had a feeling that wasn't the thing to do. Oh, hello, Croc. I was just watching for a little while. Hope you're doing good. It's been a long time since I played Fallout 3. I've been thinking about playing it again, but typically what... Hello, Croc and Raiders. Aptitude, you're probably familiar with Croc. He raids in once in a while. It's got a nice mellow community. I think we're in rare company. I've learned a lot from Croc. He seems to know the industry. I don't know how, but he knows it better than I do. See, we've got a lot in common. We're very chatty. And I think we like to inform the public of the crap that's being pulled over their eyes and to not put up with it. Typically, when I start my vacation in the winter and I start streaming more frequently, at least this is the third year in a row, I go through the Tomb Raider series. Tomb Raider, Rise of Tomb Raider, and this now, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Kind of a change in pace of the Fallout 4 and the Skyrim stuff. So, somehow, let's see, I can run through this, right? Right. Somehow, we got to get this cannon to shoot. It's hard to see, but right up there where there's red, there's a wall of debris and red poisonous spores. We need to blow a hole in that. This cannon's what's going to do it for us. Somehow. Yeah, I know you don't like it. No kidding. Yeah, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. And the latest thing that really, really, it concerns me, it pisses me off. I guess they don't want us to own computers anymore. They figured out that they can make a whole lot more money off of us if they just rent them to us by the month. Now, I don't mean those companies that you can go and order a service and rent a computer. I mean, they want to take the ability for us to buy hardware and make our own computers. They don't want computers to be sold to you anymore. No one's going to be allowed to own a computer. You have to rent them. Kind of like what they've been doing with software. We're lucky that we're not paying Microsoft monthly fees to have Windows 11. But the day will come. The day will come. They'll social engineer their way. They'll bribe the politicians to make regulations, and they'll get it done. No, we don't deserve anything nice. We're just supposed to live so they can milk us like cows, farm us like animals. Ah, dang. Okay, cannonballs. So there's the wall we got to shoot a hole in. And the latest thing I've been hearing guys complaining about is the cost of RAM. I guess the AI stuff, there's such a high demand for RAM. And I don't know if that's really true. It could be artificially or just a lie. They're buying up all the RAM, so, it's scarce. It's plausibly, deniable. It's believable. I remember there was a big thing with certain chips. That was the bottleneck. Like in America, there are no chip manufacturing companies. I forget what country it was. An Indonesian company, a Japanese company, some kind of Oriental company. Oh, okay. I see a thing. I finally see a thing to try. I guess we got to get the cannon on top of that thing and then somehow aim it.
have to be quick.
I don't want to be quick. I hate being quick. I like to just take my time. You gotta be quick, huh? Um, so I jump on this, and that happens. Do I run over and push this thing? I can't run over and push that thing. Push. Eh, eh, eh. Oh, did I do that wrong? Did I have not put this on there? Wait a second. By pushing this box off of that ledge, it made this thing drop, which made the cannon rise. Otherwise, the cannon was a little bit lower than where it is now. Can I just push the cannon? Can I turn the cannon? Don't hit X, don't fire it, because that'll fire the cannon and we die. Gotta be quick. Okay, so what do I have to be quick about? That thing I just tried doesn't look like it's possible. But most countries and businesses are fleeing from what, yeah. I see a lot of on the internet. It's I see a lot of it. It's that other Linux. I see a lot of Linux being pushed. Privacy? What's privacy? That's just a word, a concept. It's not real. I remember there was a time the Chinese got caught putting cameras in TVs that they were selling to Americans, maybe hoping that politicians or somebody would buy one and, you know. So, being quick, do I cut this, run down here, and jump up on, oh yes, I cut this. And quick, Laura, run, Laura, run. Geez, you're not running very fast. That wasn't so bad. Okay, and so now what do can I cut that free? Oh, now I can shoot over top. That's what it is. I can shoot over top of the wall. That wasn't so hard. I kind of like these puzzles. They're hard enough that you gotta think about it. I gotta give these guys credit. I said in last stream, how do you design a puzzle that people can figure out, but not too easily. And not be like Myst, where you need a wiki walkthrough to get through 90% of it. Something tells me this isn't the way out of here. Just curious. Just curious. I see stuff. Oh. More stuff we don't need. Where's that rope? Okay. Yeah, I remember Trump made a big deal about making sure it was almost like a national security issue that we have to have chip producers in this country. And we've got some kind of embargo's not the right word, a ban on selling our best chips to China. We'll sell them all the chips they want, but not the really top of the line ones. Oh. Hello. That's not new. And don't forget, we're in Peru. There was a tsunami recently. Laura is now God, presumably. She was sacrificed. Her mortal being was sacrificed. And in the doing, made her an immortal god. Maybe she's not immortal, but she's a god. I am so looking forward to the next. I don't want to call it a release. It's kind of like a remaster, but it's not a remaster where it's just a graphic improvement. I've mentioned it a couple times on this stream. But for the benefit of Croc's community, if they're liking this. And this is a close to a 10-year-old game. What is it, 7 years old? I forget the year. It was 2018/2019 when this game came out. Well, I see this, but I don't know what this is. It's a thing. Okay. Oh, you want to go over there? You sure? So they're supposed to take, I don't know if it's the first releases, the ones from 96-ish. There's like a series of 5. They're very old games. They're the first ones, I think. And they're redoing them. Like I said, not just a remaster of the graphics. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's supposed to be in 2026, but you know how that goes. But then in 2027, a brand new release. they're going to use a different actor, supposedly, than whoever it
God,
is.
so many bodies. I have to avoid those spores.
Or cough. So, I'm used to Laura's voice. I hope they don't do some politically correct thing and wreck the game. I don't know if any of you all are into Dragon Age. I first started playing Dragon Age. I remember, I think it was Dragon Age 2. I remember seeing a commercial for it, somewhere around 2016. That's when I really got into building my own PC and getting into Twitch and serious gaming. I saw the commercial for it, that big red dragon that they have on the cover of the game. I saw that. I was sold. I was tricked, but I'm glad. I don't think I can go up, Laura. And I bought the game, and I didn't like it, and I put it away. And sometime later, after playing for some years, I tried it again, and I'm like, oh wow, I like this. Raptor's Eye. Aim at your enemies to tag them for a persistent tracking. Ah, I like that. I like that. We've got weapons in Fallout that do that. Puts a little diamond-shaped red blip over their heads so you can keep track of where all the enemies are. But we're almost done with this game, hour or two worth of wrapping up some odds and ends. I think we just finished this DLC.
This entire construction is a test for the leadership of Trinity. If Amaru had fully committed to Trinity sooner, they would have given him the food then, before Skyrim went hunting and got killed. I will never hesitate again. Amaru was making a promise to his dead brother in a language no other Paititian could read. There is one person who can confirm all of this for me.
Meanwhile, back on the farm. So then they came out with Dragon Age 3. What was it? It's a one-word title. It escapes me at the moment. It'll come to me in a bit. And so I bought that, and oh my God, it was so much better. I just couldn't wait for another release. And that was the DEI era. And they wrecked it. I bought it against all warnings. Just because I love the series so much, I had to. And I played it. It was okay. I mean, I hated the whole heavy DEI, social engineering, propaganda push that was laced throughout almost every part of that game. They really killed that game. For us old school guys that, But I'm sure the new generation swallowed it hook, line, and sinker. Where are we going? Well, why don't we check in at the fire here? I saw a camp. Check in here. Do a save. Well, pick that up. Do a save. 5 skill points. I got nothing to spend them on. Oh, did it free it up? Now, how do we free this up? That must be the one that we didn't do. Forge of Destiny, that's broke. So this is the last remaining during eternal reward. Well, let's go figure out how to do that. Eternal reward. So we've done all of these things. So the dragon and the prince is not, this is what I think we were just working on. We just probably need to check in and finalize what we've done. Yeah, and thanks, Croc. Always a pleasure. Truly appreciate it. Get some rest. Take care of your health. But besides that, these things are all done. So maybe that's what's going on here. Here. When I do this and this, and I see that this, that's the path home. Let's just go see what happens. This might be what we just finished. And just for ha-has, we know we can go back over here and maybe it's not broke anymore. Let's try a fast travel. You're gonna give me a quest marker to tell me where I need to go? I figured we would be going back to the hidden city. That's where I am. And we came through here. So let's just... I'm thinking here. But we can always fast travel again. So now do I have... Yeah, I thought this was the spot. For some reason, it wouldn't show me the marker when... Yeah. Oh, and that's the guy right there. I remember you.
It's
Take a
you
bath.
again. Did you find what you're looking for?
I think so. More than I was expecting.
You look troubled. What's on your mind?
Did you ever see Amaru back here after the famine?
You mean after his brother died? I told you they were inseparable. When Sairi died, a part of Amaru died along with him. Not long after it happened, he came back here once, and then never again. He devoted himself entirely to the cult of Kukulkan. I guess his brother's death changed his priorities forever.
Thank you. You've been more helpful than I can say.
We gotta take out that guy?
Koryanka was right. This wheel is important to Amaru. It might be the most precious thing he owns. We have no reason and no right to keep it from him.
What are you telling this guy for? I don't think he cares, but what does he have to say?
Unuratu and her rebels are the true sons and daughters of Paititi, if you're asking. I'm not the only one who
True
thinks it either.
sons.
Just the only one with the guts to say it, apparently. The cleansing is upon us, and it should be Unuratu's line that sacrifices Kukulkan to restore the sun, and not the other way around.
Dude, that's
Thoughts
history.
like that have a way of getting people dead, so it's no wonder they aren't voiced.
Dude, that's history. And you're talking like Skyrim, the true sons and daughters. Yeah. What? Did we not ever discover this? Certainly that's not true. No, we were just here. I put my fire out. Oh, so we gotta... Okay, you're sending me over there? Well, let's go do that. Man, this guy never shuts
All
up.
full up. Can't get
Never
any more.
shuts up. Yeah, you had asked me last stream and I wasn't sure. We're in Peru. So, is it Peruvian? Is that what language?
I don't have enough space for that.
You know, it got me to thinking. I know there's Peruvians, there's Colombians, there's Argentinians, you know, Portuguese. I know Portuguese is a language of its own. But now I'm confused because it's a Latin country. It's similar to Spanish, but it's probably a little different. Oh, I wanted that. Gibberish. There's it's funny how you say that because a lot of people think, oh, I'm wearing the wrong outfit. And Laura, can you move any faster? So I need to find a camp and change my outfit. That's why the guy wouldn't let me in. I know there's camps over here. So yeah, a lot of people think other languages sound, you know, pick the word, but it has negative connotations. You know. And so I was gonna get into a little intellectual discussion, a little lecture about gibberish. The word barbarian. I'm just repeating what some documentary on Roman culture. The Romans came up with the term, or it comes from when the Romans, they spoke Greek and then some form of, I don't know, when it evolved into Italian, but the other tribes in the north, they thought it sounded like ba 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 ba, and that they got the word barbarian from that because that's what they thought their gibberish sounded like. Fun fact for those who give a shit about stuff. I love linguistics. The evolution of language as humans spread across the world, and the roots of words. There's a guy I follow called Rob's Words. He's a Brit of some kind and very informative. On the roots of words. He doesn't address the evolution
Impossible. I can't carry anymore.
of the languages as people spread across the world. That's another angle subject. They've been able to use similarities in languages as evidence to show the path, the multi-branching path that man took while he spread across the globe. They show, a lot of the common words that all languages have, mother, father, things like that. They show how those words changed from one place to another. Yeah, we don't need to, we bought all their stuff here. I even find it really interesting the way the language is changing right now. People are using terms like copy pasta. When did that start? A couple years ago? I've said this before. The word throw became chuck. Chuck became huck. And where did yoink come from? But in 20 years, that's all gonna yeet. Yeah, yeet too.
Give this to him.
So yeah,
Amaru!
I thought we killed him.
What did that insolent priest want?
What? How? Give me that.
I'm gone. Oh, and by the way, I killed your brother. Or was it you? No, it was him. That's weird. I don't. This is an incongruity. DLCs happen after the game. The game comes out, and then the DLCs come out. People buy the game, they beat the game, they finish the game, and then they wait for the DLC to come out. So we killed this guy in the game. And now that the DLC is here, he's alive again. For a moment, I thought he was his brother, but his brother died a long time ago, according to the game lore. So that's an incongruity. How could that guy be alive? We killed him. Ass made me change my clothes just for that. What? Have I not been in here? Yeah, I've been in there. I see that open box. So it took us an hour and 1 minute to beat that. And to finish that and repeat that discussion about, okay, well, I'm going to go to the fire and see, because doing that act should be what completed that DLC. I don't think that DLC was complete. Even though we beat the puzzle and got the prize, that DLC wasn't complete until we did that. So I'm thinking by sitting at this fire, we're going to see that 7th tomb is now complete. But the titles didn't seem to match. But I wasn't really studying them that hard. Yeah, so we've got this one. But, yeah, in that right there, that's what's going to happen. And there's one more thing over here. Oh, it's finally not crossed out. This is it.
At this thing all day. I don't understand what it's trying to say.
So this is going to be the 7th and final one, besides the broken. They would not offer me this. This guy was, there was a red cross through this, and they would not give me this until now. I was wondering what was going to trigger this.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to read this stupid mural. I will. Show respect. I'm sorry, Ahau. I mean no disrespect to Kukulkan.